everyone, welcome back. This is Michelle here, and it is July 1st already. June is gone. So I wanted to give you an update on the front area, including the front urns, how they're looking after this hot June in the Midwest in Zone 5 with very little water. So I did a lot of hand watering with the flowers this last month. And also, if you recall, I did the mailbox planting area. We're going to go up and take a look at that to see how they're all looking. And then also I have some other things up front that I want to show you that are starting to come in bloom. So come along with me and let's take a tour of the front area. Okay, so the urns are looking really pretty, as you can see. Now, I have planted these up with proven winners, and we've got Picasso petunias. We have the chocolate drops color blaze coleus. This is sweet alyssum. This is the white out verbena that's proven winners. And so that's what the main things are in here. And there would be one chocolate drops, one of the whiteouts. There was 3 of the sweet alyssum that I'd put in different areas, and 2 Picassos. Now, if you notice, this urn is missing something that you'll notice in the other urn. Look how well that's doing in the backside. It's growing really well and thriving. So this gets southwest, south this way, and west in the front. Now over on this side though, on the other urn, so this is the other urn. Now you can see I have a flat spot for some reason back here in the back, but the chocolate drops is doing well, the Picasso is doing well, the whiteout verbena is doing well. And do you see what I have in this one that I don't have in the other one? The sweet potato vine, the Sweet Caroline Proven Winners potato vine. It died out in the other one. So I'm not sure why that was, but it looks really good in this one. And the Picasso is doing really well. You can see the alyssum peeking out underneath. And I've gotten questions about where the urns are from. The urns I purchased at Lowe's, and I have them linked in the description box. And the bases are also from Lowe's. The bases, though, when I bought the urns, I bought them in one season, and they're pretty short, as you can see. And I decided I wanted them higher. The problem being, when I went to buy the pedestals, there was no pedestals that would match them. So what I found were bird baths that were in the same color tone at Lowe's. So that is the base of a bird bath, and it's flipped upside down. And if I want to use it and flip it over, the top, let me take you over and show you what I did with the top of one of them. And that'll take us to another thing I wanted to show you. Look at my beautiful hydrangea standard. That's a quick fire. It's just starting to bloom, and this is its 3rd season. So it is looking very pretty. Another new thing here in the front is this was from my High Country Rose unboxing, and that is a David Austin rose, and that's Tess, which is a red climbing rose. So I bought this little obelisk at Menards, and I do like the shape of it. What I will tell you I don't like about it, it has very, very short legs, about like that, so they don't stick in the ground very well. So I had to use some, tried to rig something up. Took some like fabric, landscape fabric clips, the long clips, and tried to pin it down that way to hold it in place. And so far it's been doing fine and staying in place. But anyway, back to the top of the bird bath. Right there. I just set it on the ground and put a little red cardinal on it. But let's go out now to the mailbox area. Okay, so the mailbox garden area, guys, is looking gorgeous. It's turning out really, really pretty with all the pinks and the lighter whites and lavenders, and it's filling in nicely. And it's not been planted very long, probably sometime in May, mid-May maybe I planted it. And do you like my newest thing? I just picked it up today, thrifting. My ceramic statue. I got that for 10 bucks, guys, thrifting. And it's super heavy. And I'm not sure if I'll leave it there, but I thought it was cute there for now. But let me show you how everything is looking. The pink zonal geraniums are doing really well. The white zinnias look really nice. The lavender looks nice. Now the lavender, I've trimmed it all up. It had a lot more blooms on it, so it's getting ready to put out more blooms. Victoria Blue Salvia, those are annuals. They do really well in my garden, and they self-seed. So a couple of the ones in the front actually came back on their own this year. That little dahlia that I had showed you previously when I planted it up, it's doing good. You'll see some hot pink zinnias. Vinca is the little reddish pink color there. And this I've heard called spider plant, and also I think it's cleome if I'm saying it right. I might not be. But I really like this. I also like to cut it. I noticed last year I like to cut it and put it in flower arrangements in the house. It cuts really well and is a really nice vase flower. It does have pricklies on it though, so you got to be careful you don't stick yourself. More zonal geraniums. And I told you I was going to put a boxwood here to match the other side. I opted not to do that just because I already had a zonal geranium that I needed a spot for. But also the more I thought about it, if it actually, you know, made it and grew, we would have a problem. It would be huge in the grass. So I decided not to do that on this side. Oh, look at there. There's a little bee. And I like, the vinca does really well. And the zinnias are doing well. Back here is the Weigelia. Here it's looking really good. So, and then I have more zinnias here at the base. I was hoping they would grow in and then be wrapped all the way around the base of the mailbox. But this one seems to be struggling a little bit on this side. And then this side is mirrored on pretty much. My snapdragons are looking pretty good. They were full, and now we're at a phase where they're kind of at a lull. The dahlia is looking good back here. More of the white cleome and zinnias, vinca. My rose just finished. It's a red knockout. We have one bloom on it, and I just pruned off the rest of it, deadheaded it this morning, but there's a bunch more blooms coming, as you can see. But this dahlia is really pretty. Down on this end, struggling a little bit still. They're not as big as what I'd like to see, but they'll catch up, hopefully. And then I have a light pink zonal geranium. So it's looking really pretty up here. The mailbox planter is doing well. I've got sweet potato vine in the back and some purple verbena, some purple verbena. And then the Proven Winners pink and white striped petunia, the little mini vista. And then Proven Winners Bordeaux, the purple one. And this is the first time I've tried the purple up here in the planter. I'm not sure if I really like it here at the end. I'm thinking it would have been okay more in the middle. But it's just kind of, you don't need to deadhead it, but you can see how it's kind of a little... I deadhead it quite a bit because I don't like how it looks. You wouldn't have to. So like I said, let me back up. And I had told you this is the, we're on a corner lot in a subdivision. So we get traffic not only up here in the front, but also on the side. A lot of walkers, joggers, bike riders. So if I'm out here weeding or working, I've been getting people telling me, oh, our neighbors liking it. It's looking really pretty. Okay, so some other things I have up here in the front of the house. This is a limelight hydrangea, and it's doing really well. This was a transplant from the backyard, the spiral, and just this in May, I had another one there that I had put in a planter over the winter, and it looked really nice and matched the other side of the garage door that I had planted up over here. So I had a matching one, and this one looked like it wasn't going to make it, but I went ahead and planted it. It made it, and the nice one on this side didn't make it. So I had another one in the backyard and I transplanted it. So they're not identical, but they're both dwarf Alberta spruces. And so I have those. And then the limelight, that's a red knockout rose that I just pruned and deadheaded, and it's got some blooms on it, but it'll fill back out. And it was super tall, and so I gave it a good haircut. That I just got last season, and it's never bloomed for me yet, and it is the Little Quickfire. Another thing I want to show you is grapes. Let me go show you our grapes. This is the far side of our yard, which would be the north side, and this is the big side yard that I had this fence put in quite a long time ago. I had my husband put it in, and over the years we've done different things with it. We had some dappled willows that I had planted, and they just got too big, so I had them taken out, or we took them out. And then I put grapevines just for the prettiness of having them, and I pruned these super hard this spring, like almost to the point of thinking I might have damaged them, and obviously not. Do you see how well these grapes are doing? Now these are green table grapes, but they are heavily seeded, so they have tons and tons of seeds in them to eat. So honestly, we don't eat them, and I really just grow the vines because I just like them, and I like the privacy of the fence that they give here on the side yard, and they're just pretty, and the birds love them. So I let the birds have the grapes, and they smell like about August time when they ripen. They smell so good when they ripen, and I don't spray them at all, but we've ate them before, and they, even though they're not sprayed, they're not buggy at all. So they're really pretty. Thanks for stopping by and taking the tour of the new Mailbox Garden area and seeing how well the urns are doing in the summertime now that we're into July. And have a good 4th of July weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.